Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, the Whippy.
Yo, welcome to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We're on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means. If you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louis B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Tonight won't be any different. Today, we're going to be talking about Margaret Sanger. And who is Margaret Sanger? She is the founder of Planned Parenthood. You might have been hearing a lot about Planned Parenthood being defunded and, a lot of women during the Women's March back on Saturday, after the Trump inauguration, about, hey, keep your hands off my body, or do not make legislation. People worried about their right to have an abortion. I want to talk about its founder, Margaret Sanger. And if you guessed it, I'm wondering if she's a racist. And the reason why I bring that up is because she is. Planned Parenthood does have a history of racism towards blacks and Asians. And it's a history that, the left wants to just gloss over. Every time I've spoken about it, it's like, it's not like that anymore. Well, that, and that's like such a convenient excuse. Because you can't, let's say, if Trump was actually racist and he decided to turn over a new leaf, would you let him forget it? Would you let him, give him the benefit of the doubt? No. It's really, it's really hypocritical that, an organization with obvious racist roots is still allowed to exist, and they've been caught doing a lot of, Planned Parenthood is still doing a lot of criminal things. But I'm going to focus on Margaret Sanger. In fact, I want to read this here. Margaret Sanger was the founder of Planned Parenthood. If the Democrat Party built, the leftist favorite institution ever of all time, if the Democrat Party built a church, funny, right? Margaret Sanger would be the patron saint. Just to refresh, Planned Parenthood's the place that murders babies and sells their parts for profit, which is totally cool with all the liberals. Well, here's the thing. No one likes to tell you about Margaret Sanger, patron saints of Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger was a sordid Nazi. Let's read a few quotes. Our objective is unlimited sexual gratification without the burden of unwanted children. Women, well, actually, you know what? Look, I don't. That doesn't really bother me. That part, like, let me just be honest. You know, that's the one thing I never really understood. What is wrong with sexually, satisfying your wife or your girlfriend, whatever? You know. See, I don't mind the use of contraceptives. I'm not a Bible thumper. If you don't want kids, wear a condom, take the pill. She actually pushed it forward to take the to invent the pill. Now there's over 30 forms of birth control for women. Only one for men, which is the condom. Which I wish there was more of a push for a male pill. Something that's safe, that doesn't have crazy side effects, or something that doesn't involve, so like 2, and something that doesn't involve me being cut into. But hey, anyways, moving on. Women must have the right to live, to love, to be lazy, to be an unmarried mother, to create, to destroy. The marriage bed is the most degenerative influence in the social order. Really? Okay, now that I don't agree with. A strong family unit breeds a strong society. Just look at the black community. You take the father out of the family, the black society has broken down. Which is why they did it. Which is why, I'm just going to say they. Don't ask me for who they. Because let's just keep it simple. I want to focus on Margaret Sanger. But, alright, back to the article. The most merciful thing that a family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. No, that's not taken from Hitler. That's a quotation from the patron saint of the feminists and Hillary Clinton. And above words were not a one-off moment of insanity. There's more where those horrendous thoughts came from. We should hire 3 or 4 colored ministers, preferably with social service backgrounds and with engaging personalities. The most successful educational approach to the Negro is through a religious appeal. And here we go. Put your tray tables at the upright lock position. Get ready for this quote. We don't want the world to go out. That we want to exterminate the Negro population. Let me read that again. We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Margaret Sanger. And the minister is the man who can straighten out the idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. What is sad about the above statement is how true it's become. How many black leaders laud Planned Parenthood? And do they realize Planned Parenthood's founder had a goal to kill black people? Quote, as an advocate of birth control, I wish to point out that the unbalance between the birth rate of the unfit and the fit. Admittedly, the greatest present menace to civilization can never be rectified by the inauguration of a cradle competition between these two classes in this manner. The example of the inferior classes, the fertility of the feeble-minded, the mentally defective, the poverty-stricken classes should not be held up for emulation. On the contrary, the most urgent problem today is how to limit and discourage the over-fertility of the mentality and the physically defective. Mentally and physically defective, as deemed by who? Well, eugenicists, of course. How do you solve unfit people from reproducing, sterilizing them, and aborting their offspring? lovely woman Margaret Sanger. So hey, ladies, hey. So apparently, Margaret Sanger technically was not pro-choice if you were a colored person. So, your founder of Planned Parenthood, let me use a term that I heard so much when applied to Trump. She's literally Hitler. She's literally Hitler. Like, hello. Hello, my people. Is the music? Can you hear the music? Alright. Yeah. I mean, and this is going along with my last week's episode of the left's war on children. In fact, no, I'll get to that later. Let me finish this article. Another quote. Instead of decreasing and aiming to eliminate the stocks that are most detrimental to the future of the race and the world, it tends to render them to a menacing degree dominant. We are paying for and even submitting to the dictates of ever-increasing, unceasingly spawning class of human beings who never should have been born at all. Birth control must lead ultimately to a cleaner race. See Kyle, anyone? See Kyle? She's literally Hitler. Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood, they're literally Hitler. But hey, you don't mind that because they... Let me finish that. I'll get to that point later. Nope, not Hitler. But we can see where you might be confused with that, with all that talk of cleaner races and stuff. Isn't this woman a peach? Wouldn't you hold her up as the hallmark of feminism? Quote, one fundamental fact alone, however, indicates that the necessity of birth control if eugenics is to accomplish its purpose. Before eugenics and others who are laboring for racial betterment can succeed, they must first clear the way for birth control. Like the advocates of birth control, the eugenicists, for instance, are seeking to assist the race toward the elimination of the unfit, the blacks, the coloreds. And the government should give certain dysgenic groups, those with bad genes in our population, their choice of segregation or sterilization. There is only one reply to a request for a higher birth rate among the intelligent, and that is to ask the government to first take the burden of the insane and feeble-minded from your back. Mandatory sterilization for these is the answer. Had enough? Let's get in just one more. Hordes of people are born who live, yet who have done absolutely nothing to advance the race one iota. Their lives are hopeless repetitions. Such human weeds clog up the path, drain up the energies and the resources of this little earth. We must clear the way for a better world. We must cultivate our garden. At least Margaret Sanger was thrown in jail, but only because it was illegal to pass out birth control devices at the time. She wouldn't be thrown in jail today. She'd be defended by the leftists and their media progress. Margaret Sanger was a eugenicist, an elitist, a Nazi. Today, she's a hero to the far left feminists and abortion advocates. They revere her. Do you think anyone who supports such a disgusting woman would object to butchering children? No, it's all part of the plan for a cleaner race. Margaret Sanger and her cultish followers are what evil looks like if you want to know. And you might be saying, you might be saying, but Louis, Planned Parenthood doesn't just provide abortions, they provide prenatal care. If you believe that, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you.
We don't offer any prenatal care. We don't offer prenatal care at Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood offers abortion, so they don't offer prenatal care.
Prenatal care. These are the kinds of services that folks depend on Planned Parenthood for.
And a president who will fight for prenatal care.
Prenatal care. And that is what we want to focus on. That is what is so vital.
Thank you for calling Planned Parenthood. My name's how can I assist you today?
Hi, I was hoping to make an appointment for prenatal care.
For what type of service?
Prenatal care, pregnancy care.
We don't have prenatal care here. Planned Parenthood offers abortion, so they don't offer prenatal care.
Okay, just abortions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. We wouldn't provide any type of prenatal services here at Planned Parenthood.
We're not a prenatal care provider. No Planned Parenthood does prenatal care.
We don't offer prenatal care at Planned Parenthood. We specialize in abortions. That's what our ultrasounds are for, to see how far along the patient is.
Planned Parenthood, we do birth control, things like that, termination. We check for STI.
So, if you want to have your kid, we can't help you. You want to kill your kid, come right in. It's funded by our tax dollars. And you want me to believe that it's not the same Planned Parenthood. It's not the same Planned Parenthood. Really? How many times have you heard, oh, well, it's for low-income women to get free health care? It's a baby-killing factory. And you know what? I'm at the personal belief that life starts at conception. Yeah, you're a human life. If you don't like that, then fuck off. If you don't like my beliefs, fuck off. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. A Louis B. dictatorship. This show is. And you know what? And even with that, I just want you to know what you're doing. I just want you to know you are wrong. But hey, you want the right to kill your baby? It's your body. I think it's repugnant. I'm not going to be the one let's shut it down. But you know what? I don't want my tax dollars funding this. If you want to have an abortion, you pay for it. If you were irresponsible, fucking indiscriminately without a condom or not taking birth control, and I need to have an abortion, and it was your decision to have unprotected sex, I shouldn't have to pay for it. It's totally different if you were raped and you were conceived during a rape, that you're a victim. That's not your fault. And ultimately, I can't say nothing. I can't really, honestly, I can't really say whether you should have the choice, have the right or not. That's not up to me to decide. I'm not a woman. I'll never get pregnant. I mean, I could do my part and play safe, which I always do. I always make sure to play safe because I personally do not want to have kids. But that's my choice. I don't date women that want to have kids someday. Because, hey, that's your choice. You want to have kids? I don't. It's, in fact, there's something I bring up, when I'm talking to someone on a dating app, I bring it up, I don't want kids. But back to the recording.
We don't do prenatal.
We tell you you're pregnant, and we also at Planned Parenthood do the abortions.
Okay.
So we don't do any prenatal services
No
here.
prenatal.
No, we don't do prenatal services. I mean, it's called Planned Parenthood. I know it's kind of deceiving.
Do you have OBGYNs here?
We do not, no.
Oh, you don't?
No OBGYNs. I know it's called Planned Parenthood. It's a bit deceiving. So you can't plan to be a parent and go to Planned Parenthood.
No. Okay.
They have the Abortionator 5000 vacuum by Auric to suck the fetus out your twatosaurus, your twaticles. But if you want to keep the baby, we can't help you. We can't help you. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just getting more comfortable. Back to the audio.
All right.
Which is a deceptive name, right? I think the same thing. Or, if you were looking into termination options, we can do that as well.
Did you know that Planned Parenthood can take care of all your reproductive health needs? Whether it's an annual exam, pregnancy testing and counseling, prenatal care, we are here for you with high-quality, low-cost services.
Thank you for holding. This is... How can I help you?
Hi. I was wondering if you guys offer prenatal care.
No, we don't. Not at the moment. Neither our Hampton or Richmond office does.
We don't offer any prenatal care.
Is there any other clinic you can refer me to?
I don't know of anything. I would look around on the internet.
You can try CareNet. I think they do prenatal care.
CareNet?
It's the first building on this strip here.
We only offer family planning services and abortion services.
Not at all at Planned Parenthood.
Okay, so not at any Planned Parenthood. They don't have prenatal
Correct.
care.
No, see, we don't see pregnant women as a way of giving prenatal care.
Okay.
We see pregnant women, if they are considering other options.
Like, what other options? Like, would you see the doctor for?
At this location?
Yes.
So at this location, you guys do medication abortion?
Medication abortion.
What pregnancy services do you offer?
We only offer termination services.
Are we?
So, Margaret Sanger's eugenicist depopulation agenda is alive and well to this day. It's not the same Planned Parenthood as back in the day. It's unfortunate that she thought that way. Unfortunate.
Actually don't offer prenatal services. We're not licensed to do so in Oregon or Washington.
Do any of the Planned Parenthoods?
No, we do not offer any prenatal care.
So in almost all of the Planned Parenthoods in the United States, Planned Parenthood does not help you become a parent. They'll help you become a murderer or murderess. But no, fuck your feelings. So anyways, back to Planned Parenthood being a racist organization, which apparently it still is. But here we go. Nick Cannon was on the Breakfast Club a few weeks back, and he spoke about it. So here.
But I look at Donald Trump like they're saying that he's trying to reverse Roe versus Wade, a lot of different things.
Everybody, just Hillary was sneaking. Think about all the stuff they did with Planned Parenthood and all of that type of stuff. That type of stuff is to take our community and forget gentrification. It's real genocide, and it's been like that for years.
All right, and he goes into further detail in this Vlad.com interview. I'm going to play the whole thing, so...
One of the things that was kind of interesting when I was going through my research here is that you're anti-abortion.
That's funny. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not pro-choice, and I'm not pro-life. You know what I mean? I'm not. I have nothing. I have such an issue with these two-party systems. I mean, W.E.B. Du Bois said it best. He was like, there's just one evil party with two names. But we get into this idea that you have to be on this side or this side. You have to be right or left. You have to be liberal or conservative. I'm neither of those. And specifically when it comes to abortion, if you notice the things that I said, I never said the word abortion. I never said any of that stuff. Like, even now, that's what I said. I'm not pro-choice. I'm not pro-life. I'm pro-Nick, because my mother did go to an abortion clinic to abort me. But that never made me say I feel one way or another, because as a man, I don't have the right to speak on what a woman should do with her body. And I don't feel like the government should have the right. I don't feel like any organization that makes money should have the right to tell a woman what she can or cannot do with her body. A woman should make that decision. And so that's why I don't speak on that. Now, but if we want to just get to the facts, there's certain things that I don't agree with because of the way that this system is set up. And when I speak on things, whether it's Planned Parenthood or even the idea of the government having a decision on what women should do with their bodies, I'm against that totally, because I feel like it's a systemic issue. When you look at what, Margaret Sanger and all the people who follow, eugenics and all that stuff, it was all about cleansing. It was all about, Margaret Sanger said that, she wanted to exterminate the Negro race, and that she was going to use her organization that she founded to do so. And it actually didn't have me. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't about abortions. I never speak on abortions. It was more about the sterilization and what they started with when it comes to just actually ethnic cleansing, where they actually said, we want to get rid of a class of people, a group of people. You know what I mean? And they like to label feeble-minded or lower class, using terms when they were. That's what they used in public. In private, they were talking about the black communities. And so it starts with everyone from the sterilization. They were utilizing these clinics to say, oh, yeah, we're helping you. But they were injecting them with diseases. I mean, and it goes not just from there. We can go to the Tuskegee experiment. We can go to the 80s and 90s when they were injecting people with HIV. Like, all of this stuff is real, but people don't ever want to talk about that because they rather have the simple conversation, are you pro-choice or pro-life? That's not what I'm not in that fight. I can't speak on that because I'm not a woman.
Okay, but right now, Planned Parenthood, I mean, I've heard the stories about how they wanted to, essentially sterilize blacks and Jews originally when they started.
Yeah.
But when you look at Planned Parenthood right now, when they offer abortion services, they offer STD testing and stuff like that.
Right.
And
75% of them are all in the hood. They're all the Planned Parenthood. And this is what I say, and I speak to that often. Mm-hmm. And I almost, it's synonymous to me with the government.
Ain't that some shit? 75% of Planned Parenthoods are in the hood. Why? They don't want us around. It is done by design. They are still doing the same shit under the example of Margaret Sanger. Stop letting these people lie to you. You don't want to have kids? Then practice safe sex, abstain, be responsible. But do not help this depopulation agenda. It should be defunded. In fact, Trump already started defunding international Planned Parenthoods. I don't want my tax dollars paying for an abortion. Sorry. So sorry. No. You want to have an abortion, baby cakes, because you want it to be irresponsible? Oh, but then, what about the rape? I'm not speaking about that. If you want to be I'm specifically speaking about, you want to be irresponsible, you want to have a kid because you were trying to trap somebody or whatever your fucking decision, and then, oh, well, it's time to kill the kid because, we're going to, in fact, let me try to find that clip. Chris Rock did a bit. It was like an abortion tribunal. Here it is.
For instance, abortion's legal. It's beautiful that abortion's legal, man. Yes, it's beautiful. I love going to abortion rallies to pick up women, because you know they're fucking. So you ain't gonna find a bunch of virgins at the abortion rally. You might even see some clear heels. Oh, the abortion issue, man. It's a woman's issue. A woman get pregnant, she don't want to hear shit from the man. Fuck you. I don't need you. Motherfuck you. Unless she decides to have the baby, then she's like, where's my check? That's right. When a woman gets pregnant, it's a choice between the woman and her girlfriends. A woman get pregnant, her and her girlfriends get together, and they have a little abortion tribunal. And they vote on the baby like it's Survivor. And each girlfriend puts in her 2 cents. And one girlfriend goes, child, you should have that baby. That man got some good hair. It's wavy. It's wavy. And the other girlfriend goes, child, why are we even talking about this? Ain't we supposed to go to Cancun next week? Get rid of that baby. And that's how life is decided in America. Now, fellas, if you get a woman pregnant, you're only allowed to say 2 things. 2 things. And guess what, fellas? You can't even suggest abortion. If you say, you fucked up. You can't even suggest abortion. And guess what, guys? You don't want to suggest abortion. Because if you suggest abortion, and then she has the baby, when that kid's about 5, 6 years old, he gonna be cursing your ass out. You go, hey, what's up, little man? How you doing, man? I'm alive. That's how the fuck I'm doing. You wanted me dead, huh, bitch? I'm alive, motherfucker. I should bust a cap in your ass. You don't need that drama. So do not suggest abortion. Now, fellas, if you get a woman pregnant, you only got 2 things to say. 2 ways to try it out. Now, the first thing you can say is, wow, I can't believe you're pregnant. I'm so happy. I can't wait for you to have this baby. I love you so much. That's cool. Now, if you don't want to say that, you got one more choice. A woman walks in the room, tells you that she's pregnant. You look her dead in the eye, and you say, so what you gonna do? Good, it ain't just me.
Yep. Now let's get back to Nick Cannon.
Of course, the government has done some very helpful and amazing things. But we can't just praise them for how wonderful they are and then deny all the negative things they've done. We got to hold them accountable for everything. So, yeah, great. The government, we have a nice postal service that works really well. But you can't deny all the prisons and the poor public education. And it's the same thing with Planned Parenthood. I commend, and I'm pretty sure they have growth. And, I don't, whatever their foundation, or now I can't even say their foundation, whatever their infrastructure is today, I'm 100% sure that they're way better and have evolved more than when Margaret Sanger was there. But I'm talking about the infrastructure. I'm talking about this system that was not designed for us. This and how it's the mindset that black people, lower class people, Latino people are less than all of the elites. That's my issue. And that's why I say I have an issue with privatized prisons. I have an issue with all of these corporations that are all the liquor stores in the hood and all the fast food restaurants that are constantly, this is all we have. This is you've put us in this area and you.
So yeah, now he's going off on other stuff, but you know, it is funny how we are still targeted. So Margaret Sanger, racist. Planned Parenthood, still racist. So let's make a tally. Democrats started the KKK. They support a racist organization. You know, Planned Parenthood. And if you listened last week to last episode, they want to normalize pedophilia. And I'm not even going to go into Hillary Clinton, but yeah. Fuck Planned Parenthood. I hope it's defunded. I hope it gets shut down. Pay for your own abortions. Anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for listening today. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone in Germany. Guten Tag, guten Morgen. And as always, from my house to your house. Mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.